Hey everybody, it's Mike Wood here at the Property Expert Partnership, and welcome back to this refurbishment project that I've been undertaking since the middle of June about the property. Started the work towards the end of June, early July. I take you inside. Those of you who have seen my earlier videos would have seen that this is a 4-bedroom house, which we fully stripped. It was in quite a bit of state and needed a lot of work doing to it. And whereas in the past I've always subcontracted everything out to a principal building contractor, and he's then subbed out electricians' work and plumbing. Under COVID, I decided that I'd sort of get my hands dirty with this and spend a bit more time at the coalface, because after all, you know, there's one argument about time management and using your time wisely. But under the COVID scenario, there's, you know, that my normal activity of getting out and about has been curtailed. So I thought, once we strip this property out, and as you'll see in the earlier videos, we battened and boarded these walls. And then once I had the plasterer in, and he hasn't quite finished because obviously he's got to do different areas. And as you can see here, actually, with this fresh pink plaster, just yesterday, he laid on all the plaster to this landing wall here. So it's quite a substantial wall. So it was just not, it was a full day's work for him to do this ceiling, this whole landing wall, and he did a few other bits and pieces. So before this beam is finished off, I thought I'd show you this. So we made an opening here, we inserted an RSJ, and whilst it's common knowledge that a plasterboard and skim gives you 30 minutes fire protection, the building inspector wanted me to clad the beam in a fire line plasterboard. So it was 12.5mm pink plasterboard in itself gives half an hour, 30 minutes fire protection. So he wanted me to do that. So that's why that particular area there, the beam, is encased in pink plasterboard to give 30 minutes fire protection. So again, those of you who saw the other video, I was watching a YouTube video about how useful spray guns were. And because this whole property is empty, there's no masking off, I'm changing the windows. I actually got the spray gun out, learned how to use it, and I've given this whole house a spray. Believe it or not, last Monday, second coat, 4 hours for the whole house. I used 30 litres of paint, watered down slightly, but it took me 4 hours to paint the whole house, which is incredible. And I'm not a painter and decorator, but it's just to go out using the paint gun methodically. So over this last week, I've been putting the skirtings on. I've gone for a very simple square edge, 150 by 1 inch planed timber skirting. You know, you can buy the OG or the Taurus, or the self-finished skirtings from Howdens or any other builder's merchant. But I thought I would go for this sort of minimalistic look, square edge. Once it's painted white, gloss or satin, it'll stand up quite nicely. And I'm going to use what we call 3x1 architraves, which are 75mm by 25. So yesterday, it was a busy day here. Plasterer was doing the wall. My kitchen arrived from Howdens, so I'd designed with the designer there the kitchen. So basically I'm having a straight run here, which is going to be washing machine, sink, dishwasher and an end unit. And on this wall, from this nib here straight the way through to the end of that wall, I'm going to have my cooking run, which is pan drawers, units, oven and hob with extractor in the middle. Very straightforward. One of the jobs that's going to be done this weekend is my principal builder, which I mentioned, I've done lots of work with in the past. I've had him come in to do the more specialised works. And one of his jobs is going to be putting the windows in, which have just arrived here. So I've gone the grey on white. And that opening there is going to be cut out over this weekend. And we'll be putting this patio door in there. So those of you who saw the earlier videos, this was like a sort of parlour lounge. There was a full wall here with a door. And that room there was the kitchen. So we've taken upon ourselves to make this more open plan, make this the kitchen with a dining room there through onto the patio door, onto the garden. Now, One thought was to open that opening up a bit more and put a sliding door in there, quite a modern sliding door. But the cost of just opening up that by another, say, 300 mil either side, putting more beams in, all that extra work for an extra 300 mil each side, I weighed it up and I thought there's no point. I think that opening there with a patio door, when it's in place, is going to be sufficient and give the desired effect onto the garden. And if I take you forward, you can see my overspray here from when I've been spraying slightly. But work to be done on the garden. Next week, I'm going to have a patio laid here. That greenhouse is going. The gardener, my handyman, has been in and cut a good 300 mil off this grass and got it back. There's a decent lawn under there. It just hasn't been looked after the last 2 years. We've got a lovely apple tree in the garden. And the garden goes right the way back to, you might be able to see 2 straight poles down the bottom there. The first pole is just inside the other garden. There's a shed there, which we're not sure what we're going to do about yet. I don't have the answers to everything. So there you go. So we've had this archway plastered during the week. You can see it's still drying out. So I've sprayed this wall. This is a second coat, which I think is great. I've just sort of brushed in that corner. My plumbing is dropping down. I'm going to have a radiator here. And the third pipe is a gas pipe that's going to come along this wall and provide the gas supply to the hob. Windows being changed there, doors being changed there. Through to the lounge, which is a great open plan lounge. I'll take you upstairs and show you around. So say this is the plastered wall, original stairs, there's nothing wrong with this. We're going to sand all these hand railings down. I've taken all the spindles out, bar a couple for support. I'm going to put a new one in the corner and put some glass panels in here. So that'll make it nice and modern. Bedroom layout's much the same. So a single bedroom here, very typical, this sort of design house in this area. I've given this 2 coats of paint. Originally, there was wallpaper on these walls, which we had to prep, and there was coving up. So we've filled in where the coving was, let that dry, we'll sand that back, fill the holes, and then final coat of paint. This main bedroom here is looking quite nice now. Again, I put the skirtings on about Thursday. I think I did the skirtings in this room. Straightforward, very easy to do. I've ordered 4.5 metre lengths. These rooms are circa 3.8 metres long, so the long boards, so I had no cuts in the plasterboard, in the skirtings. I've just literally done long lengths. Straightforward long lengths and cuts, and then mitered in the corners on the chimney breast there. So another area of fill there where the coving was. And then into this bedroom, this is the main change upstairs. So a lovely big bedroom again, circa 3.8 metres, nearly 4 metres square. Lovely room, looking onto the rear garden, the view beyond. So I cut this open in here, as many of you may have seen in the previous videos. If you hadn't seen the previous videos, just follow the link back to this and go onto my channel and you'll see the others. So we cut this open in. This is going to be an ensuite because this is a 4-bedroom house. And of course, 4-bedroom house needs more than 1 bathroom. So we decided that I was going to cut a hole way through here and put in a shower. So I built this partition between these 2 rooms, 13x8 shower tray there, post there to take my vanity unit. So I'm going to put a vanity unit, toilet, and inset sink in there. So that's my idea for that. I'll take you through then into, so this property has had sort of effectively an extension on an extension. So part of the original build would have been this annex, which was the sort of dining room below. And then when they built this extension on the end, which for a bathroom of the kitchen, that sort of led to this room being corridored, and there was another bedroom in here. Now this bedroom was literally only this wide, but very long, over 4 metres long and just 2 metres wide. So really the wrong shape for a bedroom. So to me, this screamed out that this needed to be a bathroom and create an ensuite there. which releases this room as a bedroom. So I'm already in progress here. I've prepped the ceiling. I dropped the ceiling in here, by the way, from the original height because I felt it was too high. The room proportion was wrong. So my P-shaped bath has gone in. I've created this sort of boxing here so I can hide the pipes behind and get my shower valve on. I'm having a basin on the wall there, toilet on the wall there. And what I've done is, because this is going to be a wall hung vanity unit, which is off the floor, I've put a piece of ply in there on the front of the battens. So I've got a good fixing for my basin, because if I was hanging off the plasterboard, I wouldn't have had a good solid fixing. And into this room, which we just mentioned, this was the former bathroom. So there was a sorbet pink bathroom suite in here, bath there, toilet, a basin and toilet, sorry. There was a soil pipe up the corner, which we got rid of. In this area here, there was a large cupboard with a tank and a sort of water heater. Now, I've got no problem in leaving a boiler in this cupboard here, which is going to be the bedroom. If I'd have repositioned that downstairs, I would have had to find a wall to put it on and box it off. So to me, it's just easier just to leave it where it is, because we've got flows straight into the bathroom next door. So this is a fantastic bedroom now. A good sized double bedroom. I've positioned my PowerPoint so you can see if a bed sort of went in that location, how much room we've got with some wardrobing here. And as I've previously shown from the previous video, the reason why this room has to be a bedroom is because when this is clear glass, we've got this fantastic view here from the rear garden, and it seems such a shame that that view is lost when it was a bathroom. So it really has got to be a bedroom for me. So there we are, folks. Hope you've enjoyed that latest video. As mentioned, if you'd like to see more of what I'm doing, just for those of you who don't know me, I've been in the construction and the professional property business since the late 80s. I started out in the architectural world. In 1995, I started my own architectural practice. And in 1998, 99, I started investing in property. And by the crash of 2005, I basically replaced my architectural income by rental income. So I was in a bit of a dilemma. I'd gone from sacking my boss to starting my own architectural business. And then within another 5 years, I'd replaced my self-employed income with property rental income. So great position to be in, and having built up a property portfolio from that long ago, the portfolio is now substantial, and I have the opportunity to do what I want to do. And one of the things I love doing is buying properties like this, refurbishing them, adding value, and then selling them on. This property we're looking to make in excess of £30,000. I might be into 35 the way it's going. So that's a nice return, and more importantly, we're breathing new life into an old property and getting it on the market for a new family to live in and make it their home for life again. So keep an eye out on the videos. Check me out on Facebook. You'll see a lot of this stuff is bullshit free. I tell it like it is. I don't tell you that properties get rich quick, because believe you me, over the last 25 years, I've learned it's hard work, can be hard work. Knowledge is important, and you can't beat educating yourself in this sector. There's a lot of money to be lost if you make mistakes. It's very costly, you get things wrong. And from my perspective, the unfortunate thing is people don't know they're making the mistakes, and it's not until afterwards that somebody might mention something to them that they've actually done something completely wrong. It's cost them a lot of money. To the point even, if they buy a property and they overpay, they underestimate the works, they overestimate the end value, they end up making no money, and they end up walking away saying that was a bad experience. It doesn't have to be like that if you know what you're doing. So keep in touch, look at the videos. I've created some playlists now of the properties I've done over the years. It's all there for you, free to have a look at. So enjoy yourself, and if you've got any questions, as usual, just let me know. All the very best, and have a great time. Bye-bye.